Welcome to IFA 2018 in Berlin, which is the largest consumer electronics show in Europe and even rivals CES for the claim on the #1 worldwide show status. Most of the manufacturers use the show to display and promote their white goods and lifestyle products, but there are usually a few big stories surrounding TVs and AV. So let's take a look at the best of the TV and projectors announced and shown at this year's show. Kicking off with Philips, there were two new OLED screens being shown by the company, both boasting the new next generation P5 processor. The 803 model is a new, slick, well-designed TV with all the features you would expect from a modern Philips TV, including their USP feature, Ambilight. Philips are also launching the new 903 OLED TV, which is the same as the 803 but with an integrated soundbar from British audio legends Bowers & Wilkins. We caught up with Philips picture guru Danny Tak to find out more about the new OLED TVs, which are available in 55 and 65-inch screen sizes.
Now, the big thing at IFA on picture quality is the perfect natural reality. It's a new feature of our second generation P5. It actually converts SDR content into HDR quality, which is very important because HDR, high dynamic range sources, are the new thing, but they are hardly in the living room. So that's why we Philips invented this feature, converting SDR to HDR in a perfect natural way. That's why it's called perfect natural reality. It's amazing. It gives now your HDR quality to all your SDR sources you have available in your living room. You can enjoy the full benefit of your beautiful OLED display you have bought thanks to this second generation P5 new feature.
Our audience initially are going to think that's extra processing going on an image. How can you possibly make an SDR image look HDR? So without going into technical details and giving away your secrets, how do you do it?
Well, it's indeed a contrast enhancement feature additionally to the many we already have. We have things like local contrast enhancement already in our current P5. We have sparkle darkle to get the extra benefit of OLED there. We have many meters to analyze the source, so the SDR source, and on top of that we now invented a brand new contrast enhancement feature. All of them working together are now bringing the big step in performance, looking really almost as the real HDR, and with perfect natural reality, being natural, not overdoing. So it's a very balanced thing we bring.
Why is it that you, Philips, think that this is important? Because we've had decades of watching the TV without the need for HDR, so why do you think that this is a big thing for the viewer?
HDR was launched a couple of years back from source industry, and indeed it makes sense. High dynamic range is showing benefits in your program. When you can be able to watch the sunshine much nicer, brighter and sharper, and dark details, have everything visible there because the range of your source is better, you will have better quality. That's what the source industry saw. And we all, I think, acknowledge that's going to give a better picture. But, as I said, nobody today in the living room gets those sources yet. And although it is a very good enhancement, we now, with the picture processing we do, give it earlier to the consumer, and that's a great thing.
You made some bold claims at our last shootout, and you've done it since, where you said you have the best picture quality in the world. What do you mean by that, and how can you back that up?
Actually, the claim is backed up by the many good reviews we have so far. Our 902 product, which we launched last year with the P5 in there, won 63 awards. It also got in a blind shootout, it got 68% preference over the other three players with Philips. So that are quite big numbers, and that's why we are bold or confident of saying we have the best picture quality.
So you have two new OLEDs coming to the UK, the 803 and the 903. Maybe you could quickly tell us about those.
Yeah, so from a picture quality point of view, 803 has a new OLED screen with two improvements there. One is more peak light, going now from 900 nit peak light to 1000 nit peak light, and it has a better polarizer, less refractive and more neutral. The blacks are also again better. On top of that, this 803 gets the new generation P5 with perfect natural reality, and additionally we also do a new standard, the HDR10 Plus standard, being the dynamic standard of high dynamic range. That's from a picture quality point of view 803. Plus you could also, the sound is improved in 803 compared to 9002. And then moving up to the 903, on top of what I just mentioned on 803, we have the Bauer & Wilkins sound, which is giving you the ultimate experience. We actually already received the first award for this product from IFA, called the Home Theater TV, because it has the combination of the best picture quality thanks to the new P5 perfect natural reality and thanks to the Bauer & Wilkins sound. Also, the 803 has received from IFA a Best Award, Best Buy Award, because of its picture quality.
So is it the case that the 803 and the 903 are the same picture quality wise, it's just the sound bar is added to the 903, is that correct?
Exactly, that's completely correct. Picture quality in 803 and 903 are exactly the same. 903 has the additional Bauer & Wilkins sound, which is fabulous.
Now, you mentioned HDR10 Plus. You know what the question is going to be now. Dolby Vision, why have you not gone with Dolby Vision for your TVs?
Well, for the first step for me, or the logical step, is to go for HDR10 Plus, because there is one huge advantage on HDR10 Plus. Well, two. One is it's royalty free, just like HDR10, which is a good thing. But the most important element of HDR10 Plus is it works in perfect harmony with P5. With HDR10 Plus, we can have every level of P5 working on top of that signal. Where Dolby Vision has many modes, and the X-Factory modes, the default modes from Dolby Vision are not allowing us to do our P5 picture processing, which is our big thing, our differentiator to competition. I'm not saying we're never going to do Dolby Vision, but it's not our first choice.
Obviously, a lot of our readers and members, they want a TV that does everything, and a lot of people have said in the comments that they wouldn't buy a TV if it didn't have Dolby Vision on it. Does that worry you? And what would you say to those members to buy your TV instead of one that has Dolby Vision?
Well, like we said in the beginning of the interview, with P5 we have the best picture quality in the world, backed up by these reviews and shootouts. And as I said just a minute ago, HDR10 Plus allows P5 to work on that. It's a better offer in terms of picture quality to the consumer than to have Dolby Vision only there. Losing with the P5 with the Dolby Vision in the default modes will deteriorate your picture quality experience. We have better picture quality experience with P5, and so with HDR10 Plus.
Next, we move to the next hall up from Philips at the IFA show and paid a visit to Chinese manufacturer TCL. Some viewers may not be aware of this TV company, as they're only now entering the UK with 3 new models this year. So why are they entering the market in this country right now?
Actually, the UK is a very important market in Europe, and Europe is very important for us. As you may have seen, TCL is number 3 in the world now. We ship more than 13 million TVs, 13 in the first half of the year. Actually, just 500,000 units from the second one, so we are really increasing. We are the fastest growing brand in the US, and now Europe we are really trying to also be in the top 3. And if you want to be in the top 3 in Europe, you have to be in the UK, because UK is the second biggest market in Europe. So that's why we are now targeting the UK, after we have really made some breakthrough in Germany this year.
Now, the UK is a really tough market and it's a premium market. So what do you feel that you can bring to that marketplace?
I think we can bring to the UK what we brought in the other major markets. We can bring our technologies. You know, we focus on 4K, HDR products and HDR Pro products. And we focus to give to the customer and also to the British customer the best product for the best proposition you can have on the market. So it's not like trying to have low prices, it's trying to give more for the same price to the consumer versus the competition. And that's what's working. That's what's working in the US, that's what's working in France, that's what's working in Germany.
So do you intend to bring your entire product range to the UK, or will it just be specific models to start with?
Actually, we started with a short range because we want to learn from the market. We are a very, let's say, careful company, so we go step by step and we want to learn from the consumers. So today we came with 3 different 4K range of 4K products, but we are going to bring more and more products, of course, as we go. But now our future target is to increase our distribution. So actually we are just online. We're just testing the waters, to say so. So we don't have a huge ambition for the coming months, but we have a huge ambition for the next 3 years to come.
And will you be available through the major retailers in the UK? Will people be able to go in stores and see the product?
Yes, before the end of the year. I can't say who yet because we are still negotiating with them, and we are, of course, the market, as you said, is a tough market, premium market, many brands. The TV market is not increasing, right? It's flat, more or less. So we have to prove to the distribution that we can bring something to them.
2018 is for us first step, so the target is to establish position and have products available. And then I do agree with you that we built TCL brand in US on the basis of picture performance with well-known P range and R range. And this is generally the next step for UK to come with this kind of product, delivering same performance in the future.
LG didn't announce any new consumer TV product at IFA this year, but they did have 2 concept models to show off to the press in attendance. First was the curiously named micro LED wall that bears a striking resemblance to something Samsung were showing off at CES earlier in the year, and again at IFA this year. Sadly, we weren't able to get any good footage of this as photography was banned on the stand. The other TV of interest was the 88-inch 8K OLED TV, which is reported to be the world's first for the company. Actual details were scarce on the technology being shown other than what was written on the walls next to the panel, and LG reps were also not giving much away in terms of information about actual consumer products. But at least it's the first one ever seen, and we expect more from this in time for CES in January. Samsung held most of their interesting conversations behind closed doors again this year, but there is at least some real 8K TV products coming from the company in 2018. The Q900 should launch very soon with a native 8K resolution and advanced AI upscaling technologies on board. Samsung claim that now is the right time to introduce 8K, even though content is non-existent, as they have machine-based adaptive AI upscaling and streaming technologies that will take existing resolutions and upscale them to 8K and present an image that they claim is visibly better and sharper due to better pixel density of the panels. We can't wait to put these claims to the test when review samples finally arrive later in the year, hopefully. Sony unveiled their Master Series Bravia TVs at IFA, which had also been announced last month at an event in the US. The AF9 OLED TV in 55 and 65-inch screen sizes will be the company's high-end OLED TV model for the year ahead and introduces new features, while the ZF9 LED LCD model will be available in 65 and 75-inch screen sizes. Both feature the new X1 Ultimate Picture Processor, which promises better picture quality that gets closer to what the director intended, including a new Netflix calibrated mode and Calman AutoCal capabilities. Pricing was also announced, with the AF9 coming in at $2,999 for the 55 and $3,999 for the 65-inch, and the ZF9 will cost $4,999 for the 75-inch and $3,799 for the 65-inch model. They should be in the shops by the end of September 2018. To wrap up on our TV coverage, Panasonic didn't announce any new TV models at IFA, but we caught up with Craig Cunningham to find out how the FZ series of OLEDs have done so far in the market.
Nothing new to report now at IFA. We launched the majority of our TVs back at the early part of the year, so I'm afraid you'll have to wait until 2019 for something new.
Now, we reviewed the FZ952, it got highly recommended. I absolutely loved the TV. I thought it was brilliant in terms of picture quality, and that's because you did something that's close to our hearts at AV Forums, and that is the director's intent, bringing Hollywood home. So how well have things gone for you since the launch of the TV?
Well, OLED in general has gone from strength to strength in the market. First of all, I think it's now really dominating all premium sales, and that's not just in the UK, that's really across Europe now. And of course, we're delighted with the reviews that we've had so far for the 9 series and also the 8 series, and both are starting to sell phenomenally well. So yeah, really couldn't be happier about that.
Now, obviously, the elephant in the room, I have to ask you this because our members ask it all the time. You haven't gone with Dolby Vision this year on your TVs, you are HDR10+. Can you just remind our members why you've gone that way?
It's a decision that's made not just within this year. I mean, the chipset cycles that we work to, those decisions have to be made quite far in advance. So these TVs will never support Dolby Vision. Our intention was always to support HDR10+, of which we are one of the founding companies, and we still think that HDR10+ offers a lot of advantages, and you can see that from the fact that it covers our entire 4K range for 2018. So that was one of the reasons for HDR10+. But never say never. Dolby Vision is something we will continue to monitor, as we do with all technologies which are new and coming to the market. So watch this space. Maybe something will change in the future.
So you mentioned HDR10+. There was an announcement just before IFA, so maybe you could bring our viewers up to date on that.
Yeah, so all of our 2018 models, so from our FX600 series and above, have all now been updated to support HDR10+. So as of now, that includes Amazon, their entire back catalogue of original content, and we hope very, very soon there will also be some movies from some of the big publishers as well.
So getting back to TV, what do you think it is that a Panasonic OLED does that the competition maybe doesn't do so well?
Well, in all of the reviews, what seems to be coming out again is the accuracy and the natural picture quality, and that's something that we've kind of had inherent in Panasonic since the days of plasma. So by carrying on that and by keeping that story going, it seems to really be resonating with the consumers, but also the dealers that have to sell the products as well. So I think as long as we stick to that and we continue to tell that true picture story, I think we'll be fine.
So, to wrap up the interview, I've got to ask you, it's 100 years of Panasonic. You're well known for the birth of TV and taking TV all the way through to where we are now. Where are we going next, and is it 8K?
Is it 8K? Again, similar to the previous question on Dolby Vision, I think that's a market that undoubtedly will be next generation. But I think now we have a really responsibility to try and push the 4K message. First of all, I think it's still really in its infancy. The number of titles, the number of broadcasts that are happening in 4K, I think they still have a long way to go, a long way to expand. So I think that's the here and now. But you know us, we'll always have an eye on the future. So you can be rest assured that R&D are working on the next generation of products.
And where's the 2020 Olympics happening?
In Tokyo.
In 8K?
TVC.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And finally, there were 2 major native 4K announcements made at IFA, with JVC finally joining the party with 3 new native projectors. The N5 will be the entry 4K HDR model and is priced around £6,500 and available in white and black finishes. It'll have 1800 lumens brightness and ISF C3 certification, but no wide colour gamut. The D7 is the next model up and will have full DCI colour gamut coverage, 1900 lumens, ISF certification and 80,000:1 contrast, and it will be priced at £8,500. The top model from JVC will be the NX9B, which will be priced at £18,500 and is THX 4K certified, has 2200 lumens brightness and 100,000:1 contrast. We were blown away by the demo we had, and the new HDR auto tone mapping feature is excellent. All 3 models should be available in October. Sony also announced 3 new native 4K projectors, and you can see all the details of those models in our separate video via the card top right of the video or the link in the description below. And that's it for our bumper best of IFA video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we're heading home for yet another year. If you liked this video, then why not click the like button and subscribe to the AV Forums YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell to get notifications of our latest videos once they're published. Also, don't forget to visit avforums.com for the latest reviews, news, articles, videos, and join the conversation with the largest AV community in Europe. Thanks for watching.